I've been reading the legislation that's being drafted by Bernie Sanders as a congressman. And basically, all the legislation he enters is basically stuff that he talks about: free education for all, Medicare for all, raising taxes, breaking up the big banks, everything that he publicly states he's got legislation to do all that stuff. Now, this is in contrast to Elizabeth Warren, who I was going through yesterday. She's got all sorts of crazy legislation that is nonsensical. But Bernie, let's get through Bernie's. So, this is a bill for the Child Nutrition Act to make breakfast and lunch free for all children. This is to expand Medicare outside the United States to the territories such as American Samoa. This one here is a hit piece against the president, declares that the president must cooperate with Robert Mueller. It's just stupid. This one here, Social Security Expansion Act. I believe what it does is it increases the amount of money that everyone is able to receive. This is Medicare for All Act, which basically is that everybody gets Medicare, cover all U.S. residents, cover specified items and services, etc. This one is Employ Young Americans Now Act. This means that the government has to give a job to children during the summer. Establish programs to provide employment. It says year-round, but it says low-income youth. So it's not for everybody. And the amount is $5.5 billion per year. So it's basically government making up a job. College for All Act. There's a big problem with this. It's for all students at community colleges, 2-year tribal and universities, and working students at 4-year public institutions. So if you want free college at a 4-year public institution, just get a job and you get free college. Work 1 hour a week. I'm sure he's going to have like a minimum somewhere. But I mean, free college is stuff that he talks about. Inclusive Prosperity Act, to impose a tax on certain trading transactions. This is a tax on stock transactions. But the problem is, he doesn't specify what the tax is going to pay for. It's just a tax to bring more money to the Treasury. The government already pays, well, I guess it does borrow some, but this is just an unnecessary tax. It's senseless. A bill to break up large financial entities. It says it right here. With a total exposure greater than 3% of the gross domestic product of the United States. They are to be broken up. This is minimum wage increase to $15 an hour. This is a tax, estate, gift, generation skipping, transfer taxes. In this case, it's as high as 77%. There's other tables. It's very extensive. I didn't read it all. I got more important things to do, but it's basically taxes. So people who are wealthy are going to lose 77% of their money. They're not stupid. What they're going to do is they're going to stop generating revenue to get into a lower bracket, which means that they're going to fire people, things like that. It's going to be a failure. This is a government takeover of American businesses. This is communism. It's called the United States Employee Ownership Bank Act. And what it says right here is that every United States company has to be 51% owned by employees. That means that people like Jeff Bezos no longer own Amazon. People like Bill Gates no longer own Microsoft. They have to give up the majority share to their employees. It's a government takeover of American business. The government is using legal force to take over ownership of American businesses. This is a horrible thing to do. And it won't work because they'll just hire their friends to be their employees and give them shares and things like that. It's just a joke. This shows how he wants communism. This is Inclusive prosperity, I might have covered this one already. Yeah, that was that tax I already spoke about. So that's basically it. Like I said, I went through, he basically is doing what he says he wants to do. There's nothing phony here. This one here, protecting American democracy, means that on voting day is a federal holiday. This is to pull out of Yemen. Bernie is anti-war. He was the only one who voted against the Iraq War, my understanding is. So it's all, he says that corporations don't pay taxes. He's got some sort of a bill here. I haven't read it. We're going to take a look at it right now. It says eliminate deferral of tax on foreign income. Ouch. Okay, so he calls it a tax dodging prevention act. Basically, what it is he's looking for ways that companies find loopholes in the system to pay less tax. And, for example, tax deferrals. He wants to eliminate it. A deferral just means postponing the tax, right? Inverted corporations. Burger King went to Canada to avoid paying taxes in the United States. Treating foreign corporations as domestic corporations. That means that if Apple Computer, if they try to be headquartered in Ireland, they'll be considered a domestic corporation, even if they move their headquarters to Ireland. That's what companies do because Ireland has the lowest tax rate. Okay, so if you want to look at my Elizabeth Warren summaries, Elizabeth Warren lies. Like it'll say corporate tax dodging, and then it will be about something completely different, or she intentionally misspells words, or she does a lot of things like we're going to rename a building or we're going to honor someone. Bernie Sanders is upfront communist. Okay, if you have any questions or comments, please post below.